Now let us discuss the question answers of the lesson Evans tries an O level. Question answers. First we will take up 30-40 words. Answers in 30-40 words. Question 1. What kind of a prisoner was Evans? Evans was not a violent kind of a prisoner. There was no record of violence against him, but he was an amusing person and he was a very good singer. He was a star singer at the Christmas concert and he used to imitate the songs of Mike Yarwood. And Evans was a born kleptomaniac. Born kleptomaniac, that is, he had the habit of stealing. And the prison authorities called him as Evans the Brave because he had escaped from the prison 3 times earlier. Next question is, why did he opt for O-level exam in German? He opted for O-level exam in German because to the governor he said he wanted to achieve some academic qualification, but actual reason was that it was his plan of escape. It was his attempt to escape for the last time. It was his final attempt to escape. Next is, I may surprise everybody. Who said it? Evans said it to his German teacher when he met him in the evening before the exam, and the German teacher, he said that he told him that you have a cat in the hell's chance of passing, that is, you have no chance of passing. The teacher knew it, but Evans said, I may surprise everybody. In this context he said it, but what does he mean actually? I may surprise everybody because it is his plan of escape. By escaping he may surprise everybody. So that is why he says I may surprise everybody. Why did Evans clip short his hair? He cut his hair short from the back to look like McLeary because it was a part of his plan. Next, why did Evans not take off his hat? Again, it was a part of his plan because he had to cut his hair short from the back to look like McLeary. So if he would keep wearing the hat, his hair would not be visible and Stephens or Jackson, nobody would be able to see what he was doing. So next is, now but when Jackson asked him to remove his hat, he gave the reason that it is his lucky charm. And he said, today is my exam, please allow me to wear only for today, after that I will never wear it because it is going to be my good luck. Actual reason was that it was a part of his escape plan. Question number 6. Why does Jackson ask Evans to remove the pin-ups from the cell? Pin-ups means the pictures that were there on the walls. So Jackson told him that the invigilator is going to be a church priest and he is going to conduct your exam. So these pictures on the walls, he will object to these, so remove these pin-ups. Why did the governor instruct Jackson to search McLeary? Search McLeary means to examine his pockets, to examine his suitcase, so that even by mistake he did not have any sharp instrument like a paper knife or a small scissors, so a pair of scissors. So why? Because the governor did not want to take any chance. He was extra cautious. So he thought that even McLeary should be searched because Evans' cell was searched. There was nothing, no sharp instrument or anything, and even McLeary was searched so that even by mistake the invigilator did not have any sharp instrument, etc., of which Evans could take advantage in his escape. So, why was Stephens shifted outside from Evans' cell? Stephens' duty was to be inside the cell and continuously standing just near Evans while he would be writing the exam. So, his duty was there to see to it that he does not try any attempts to escape. But when Evans started writing, he immediately objected. He said, I can't write with somebody standing so close to my neck, breathing so close to my neck, I can't write. The governor heard it in his cell, in his office, because the hearing device was there, and he heard it in his recorder. So he thought, the governor thought perhaps they were overdoing things. So he said, "Oh, all right, Stephens can be shifted outside the cell." So from outside he would keep a watch on Evans. So he shifted him, but that proved to be the biggest mistake. Had Stephens not been shifted outside, Evans could never have materialized his plan. Next is, why did Evans need a blanket? Now when Stephen was on duty, he saw that Evans had put on the blanket. Now actually Evans had put on the blanket. The excuse that he gave was that he was feeling cold, and actual reason was that it was a part of his plan, because if he would put the blanket on his shoulders from the back, he had to cut his hair short to look like McLeary. So under the blanket nobody would be able to see. So why had Evans' cell been bugged? Bugged means a hearing device was fixed in Evans' cell, so that whatever was going to happen there, whatever would be spoken, any noise that would be heard by the governor in his office. And this was done as an extra precaution, because the governor did not want to take any chances. Evans had already escaped 3 times from the prison, so the governor had bugged his room, bugged the cell, only as an extra precaution. Why did what purpose did the correction slip serve? The correction slip, the phone call at 9:40. The phone call at 9:40 was to confirm, the exam started at 9:20, the phone call at 9:35. This phone call was to confirm the exact timings when the exam started, because as per the plan, Evans' men should know the actual time when the exam began, because the timings were very important in this plan. So first thing that they came to know through the correction slip is that they came to know the exact timings when the exam started, and through the correction they even indicated or informed Evans the name of the hotel where he had to go after his escape. And what was the correction? On page 3, line 15, fourth word is Goldenen in place of Goldie. So they indicated to Evans the name of the hotel. So this correction slip killed 2 birds with a single stone. It served 2 purposes. Next is, was the call at 11:22 a.m. genuine? At 11:22 a.m. there was a call. Jackson came, shouted to Stephens, "Come, you have a call," and attended. So Stephens was removed from there for a few 1 or 2 minutes. So he went to attend the call. So this call was not genuine, and that was by some helper or some friend of Evans. And when he went to, Stephens went to attend the call, within those 1 or 2 minutes, Evans changed himself to look like wounded McLeary, with the beard, with the long coat, and with the pig's blood smeared on his face. And this McLeary, the invigilator, he had already put on two long coats, so he gave him one. So within this 1 or 2 minutes, this Evans quickly changed himself to look like wounded McLeary. And when Stephens had gone, so immediately when he came back, the purpose was to only distract Stephen from there, so that the last minute touches to the plan could be given, that is changing of Evans to look like wounded McLeary. So the basic idea behind it was to only remove Stephen from there for a few minutes. Rather 1 or 2 minutes, because there were 3 minutes left for the exam to be over. So within a few seconds only, Evans changed himself. Next. Now question number 13 is, why did Evans leave the question paper in the cell? Evans left the question paper in the cell as a part of his plan, that is only to misguide the prison authorities or to confuse them. So he left it over there. Next is, how did the governor manage to reach the hotel? The governor managed to reach the hotel by decoding the information, or rather we can say through the numbers which were written on the answer sheet. Index number 313, center number 217. So from that he came to know the location, and even in the question paper he was able to understand, because he knew German, a bit of German, so he could understand the place. He got the clues from there, and that is why he reached the hotel Golden Lion. Next is, who do you think was the driver of the van? The driver of the van was the same man, Evans' friend, who earlier acted as the invigilator, McLeary. Now he became the driver of the van. And how do we know he was the same? From his broad Scottish accent. Next is, what explanation did McLeary give for the rubber tube in his suitcase? There was a semi-inflated rubber tube in McLeary's suitcase. When Jackson objected to it, McLeary, he just had fun. He said, "Are you thinking of going for swimming?" So McLeary did not like this joke, and he rather said, "I suffer from piles, and that whenever there is a long sitting, I need to use this rubber tube." So this semi-inflated rubber tube he was carrying for the purpose of his own comfort for a long sitting. Next is, why did Jackson ask Stephen to take Evans' razor? Why? Because they did not want to take any chance. They did not want to leave any sharp instrument with Evans of which he could take any advantage in his escape. So Jackson asked Stephen to take the razor when he would finish off with his shaving. But what mistake did Stephen do? He forgot to take the razor. Why did McLeary want the detective superintendent to take him to Elsfield Way? Wounded McLeary, who was actually Evans, he told the detective that I know which side Evans has gone. I can take you that side. So you take me with you and I will tell you where he has gone. I know where. He pointed to the question paper that it is written over here. So he said, he asked him to go towards Elsfield Way because he said, according to him, Evans had escaped from that way. Now the long answer questions to be answered in 125 to 150 words. First question is, write a character sketch of Evans. That is, what traits of Evans' character come to light in the story. Now, as we already know, Evans was not a violent sort of a person. He was not a violent prisoner. He was an amusing person, very lively person. He was a very good singer. He was a star singer at the Christmas concert. He was a born kleptomaniac, as the governor informed the secretary of the examinations board. Evans the Brave, that is what the prison authorities called him, because he had escaped from the prison 3 times earlier. Now, other traits of character that come to light. First of all, Evans had a very sharp brain. He made an intelligent plan to escape from the prison. This was his last attempt. And attempt was that he wanted to appear in the O-level German exam, and the whole plan accordingly he made, only to escape. So this was his intelligent plan, that is, he wanted to appear for the O-level German exam. Next is, he was very courageous. Had he not the courage, he would never have thought of running away. So he was very courageous person, that is why he could make the plan and execute it. Next is understanding of human nature. He had a very good understanding of human nature because he knew how human beings react in certain situations. For example, he knew that once his face would be smeared with blood, everybody would get panicky. Nobody would look at his face, wounded face. He knew that, and moreover, he threw the question paper in front of the governor's face. So the governor started looking at that, did not look at his face. Another thing is that he knew Jackson had a tiny core of compassion, that is, he had some kindness in the core of his heart, and of which he took advantage by asking him to allow him to wear his hat. He said, "It is my lucky charm," and Jackson allowed him. He understood. So he had a very good understanding of human nature. Then he had many friends outside prison who helped him. One who became the German teacher used to come every day, and he used to, rather than teaching, the plan was being made. Then he was a very good actor. Evans was a very good actor because he acted like wounded McLeary very nicely, very perfectly, and the way he was moaning and the way he was acting like a wounded person. So all this shows that he was a very good actor, and that is why he was able to execute his plan. So in all, we can say that Evans had a very sharp brain, good actor, good understanding of human nature, and very good friends outside. Now the second long answer question is, what were the blunders committed by the prison staff? Now there were so many blunders committed by the prison staff, because of which Evans could execute his plan successfully. Had the prison authorities been particular, more cautious, had they not been casual in their attitude, Evans could never have escaped. Now, what blunders did they make? First of all, they allowed Evans to appear for the O-level German exam. They should be cautious there only. That such a prisoner who has earlier escaped 3 times, they should have doubted him immediately that he wants to enhance his academic skills, he wants to achieve academic qualification. So they should have doubted there only. Next is that this Jackson allowed him to wear the hat, his kindness, and another thing is Stephen forgot to take away the razor, and that was the biggest help that he had, because with the help of that razor he clipped his hair short under his blanket. Then we can say prison staff, they were very poor at making verifications. They did not verify the person who was coming to teach Evans every day. They had appointed a teacher from the technical college to teach him German, but they never checked his identity. They never checked what was being taught. Was he really the German teacher or not? They never checked it. Then they never verified the invigilator, McLeary, who came in, who only signed at the register, and 2 silent prison officers walking with him. Jackson never checked on that. Then another mistake was that Stephen was shifted from the cell. Stephen's duty was to be inside the cell all the time, standing just near to Evans while he would be writing. But when Evans objected that I can't write when somebody is so close to me, breathing so close to my neck, the governor thought that they were overdoing things. So he said, all right, Stephens can be shifted outside. From outside he can keep a vigil. This was also being casual. Had Stephen not been shifted from the cell, Evans could never have executed his plan. So one after the other the mistakes were being committed, and then in the hotel also, before that, when wounded McLeary was there, the governor did not look at his face even, and he like the others also got panicky, and rather than that we can say that he started looking at the question paper, did not look at his face. He did not look at his face closely. The concern that he should have shown, rather his attention was more towards the escape of Evans. That is, he only assumed that it was McLeary, wounded McLeary. Then we can say that in the hotel, the governor only went with 2 police officers, and that too he could not know that they were changed. There were 2 silent police officers who came to handcuff him, and the governor did not even come to know that they were Evans' friends only. Even the driver of the van, that was not the prison staff, it was Carter only, the man, sorry, not Carter, rather the man who acted as McLeary, the invigilator earlier, and now he acted as the driver of the van, the prison staff, but actually it was Evans' friend. So we can say that at every step the prison authorities committed mistakes after mistakes, and Evans was already very smart, very sharp brain and very good actor. So the prison authorities were befooled and Evans has had the last laugh.